Happy Tuesday, my good people. So, as many of you may know from some of my recent posts, I fell over the weekend and I have a stress fracture on my foot. So, I am in a boot. So, my gardening, I don't want to say it's taken a little bit of a back seat, but I haven't been able to get out here as much as I wanted to get out here. Now, I said as much as I wanted to get out here. I've been out here. I definitely been out here. Sunday, which was the day after my fall, I came out here and planted out my peas and my squash and did some pruning and some cleanup, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I did get that much done. And I actually just came out today. I won't be able to give you guys like a full tour of what's going on, but I'm going to show you what's going on from my seated vantage point right now, okay? So, you guys remember, I have 5 green stalks, 4 on the deck, 1 down there where the raised beds are. This is one of those 4. I actually cleaned this one up. You guys see collard greens right there growing in their glory. You guys see a cucumber plant right there. There's actually, let me see if I can get it. There is a huge cucumber in between the collard greens. I don't know if you guys can see it in between the collard greens that I need to prune, but we have a bunch of them at the top as well. I planted some snapdragon flowers in there, and that's really going to be my broccoli tier. So some broccoli has already been planted out. I have some starts in the house that I'm going to plant out in this. You guys see that is my mint right there. Mint is still doing its thing. Over here, this is my green stalk that has the zinnias in them. The zinnias are still blooming and blossoming, but as you can see, some of them are dying back. I actually added some snapdragons here. I see some of the calendula trying to come back, and you guys see basil at the top. I just harvested a cucumber off here. There's another cucumber on there, and I think I'm going to reserve this one just because of my recent accident. I'm going to reserve this one for probably greens, kale and collard greens. So behind me, you guys see a big old calendula plant that I decided not to thin out. I'm just going to let it. This is part of my chaos gardening. I actually do a little chaos gardening too, where I just put seeds and let them be what they're going to be, where they're going to be until I decide to pull them. But behind the calendula is green beans, and I just harvested the green beans off of those. I actually fertilized them this weekend with a little bone meal. Green beans really don't need much. All right, let's see if we can, behind me. I don't know. Okay, so this green stalk behind me, this is the one that has more zinnias in it. It has peppers and nasturtium at the top and some purple basil. You see it, we still have yellow calendula here. I deadheaded some, but this one is still growing strong. And I don't know if any of you guys remember, I put this plant, this was a plant that broke off of another calendula, and I set it in a cup and rooted it, and this thing has been going strong all summer. I had a bunch of empty pockets here, so this is the 3-tier green stalk, and this is the one that I planted out. I did some snow peas and some yellow squash in that one. I did that this past weekend. And then my favorite one, my blue beauty over there, that is the one that has my strawberries and my herbs, and that's the one that's going to have lettuce in it. So I did some cleanup on the runners on the strawberries. I actually ate some of the strawberries, which were pretty good. And yeah, that is what I've done with that. Over there is rosemary, parsley. I think I have lavender over there, and garlic chives. I also planted. I do all my green stalks the same, so there are flowers planted at the top. So it's butterscotch nasturtiums. I did a teddy bear sunflower, and those things are germinating slow, but they are germinating. So on the table here, we have my son just came out to join. Hey. On the table, we have chamomile. As you guys can see, I have spent this poor baby. It still gives me a little flower, so I'm not ready to just completely pull it up. But I did plant my new chamomile in the bucket. You guys see I have lemon balm. I told you I have lemon balm all around the garden. I love it for its for not only its medicinal properties, but I just love the way it smells. If you guys have not had the chance to encounter lemon balm, please try it. It is beautiful. It's of the mint family, so it can be invasive. So I strongly encourage you to try this in a container, little pot, or whatever the case may be. I love this for tea. and I love it for repelling mosquitoes and bugs. And then right here next to the calendula, you guys see my curly kale and some of my top collards that I started, and there's some snapdragons on the other side as well. And these will go out probably in the next couple of weeks. I'm just trying to do my best and making sure that I keep an eye on all my seed babies, so all my hard work go in vain. So what I haven't shown you guys, or what I'm not going to show you guys, because you guys have seen my tomatoes all summer. Um, one of them is going very, very strong. The other ones are starting to go ahead and leave, which is what I wanted. I kind of don't want to baby them too much to stay around. I have enough tomatoes. I do like having fresh tomatoes. So there are two plants that I have. I have a Roma tomato plant, and I have another, I believe it's a Marmandi tomato plant that's still producing. So those are the ones that I'm kind of like paying more attention to, and kind of keeping alive for the season. The rest of them, they can go. They've given me all that they need to give me, and I really don't need to keep getting so many tomatoes because I don't have anywhere to put them. And right now, I can't get them over to my mom and stuff like that. So, the other thing that I did Sunday is I wanted to try something. I planted I planted peppers together. So instead of doing one pepper to like a 7-gallon grow bag, I did two to a 7-gallon grow bag, and I realized that they need more space than that. So what I did is my peppers that are established, what I decided to do is try to start splitting them out, because they are established in the bags and they're giving me peppers. They're just giving me small peppers, which is fine for my, for me, because I'm getting a lot of small peppers. But I wanted to see if I split them off, if I could get regular sized peppers. So I tried that with one of the pepper plants down there. Matter of fact, Jaden, can you do me a favor? That orange bag, Jaden, that brown bag down there, I think it's the brown one. Yeah, it's the brown one. Can you go water that one? So, yeah, the brown one right there in front of the corn. So you guys know I did corn. So corn has been started. Probably in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to get some and water it for about 2 minutes, okay? So I started corn in grow bags. I probably should have spaced them a little better too, but I want to leave them in the grow. All right, sorry, we were kind of cut off. My son called me. So yeah, so that's what I did. I actually split them off. So I'm kind of doing a little experiment to see if they'll reestablish themselves and start kicking out more peppers. And if that's the case, then I got maybe one or two that I'm going to, another plant, that's another two that's in one bag that I'm going to split off and do the same thing. But I'm sorry, my son was asking me, does it seem pretty wet? Huh? Does it seem pretty wet? Yeah. You can turn it off. All right, so,
That's only a minute and a couple seconds. I count in my head, but
okay, it's okay.
Most things do.
Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm using my network, my family, to help me out, because I like to come and sit out here, but I still, want to try to do as much as I can to keep it managed. I really wish I would have taken the time to set up the watering system on my raised beds, but that might not be a this season thing. That might be a next season thing. We'll see how this goes with my podiatrist next week. Um, and so let me rewind back. So the reason that I decided to do this little experiment with the peppers is because I had a pepper plant that was also in the bag with a Roma tomato plant, and I actually pulled the Roma tomato plant. I was trying to actually spit it off, but I pulled it. And as soon as I pulled that Roma tomato plant out of the bag with the pepper plants, and I know you guys probably do know that they compete for nutrition, my pepper plant completely took off. It grew up, I want to say, about another 3 or 4 inches, and I have so many beautiful hot peppers on that plant. It amazes me. So I wanted to see if I could do the same thing with my regular peppers. That way I can kind of harvest a little more before the season is out, and put some in the freezer with like peppers and onions and stuff like that, because I really do like to have peppers. Sometimes I just like having sauteed peppers. So the green stalk down there is doing very well. We have some yellow drop squash that started down there. That green stalk, despite it not being on the watering system that the other one is on, that I'm trying to put it on, is still doing exceptionally well. So I'm extremely happy with how God is allowing things to be taken care of in this time. And then the last thing that I guess I need to update you guys on are my potatoes. I don't know if I recorded or I told you guys, but I planted some potatoes out in the raised bed and in the first one that's closest to the house. And I've been watching on watering that soil because that soil is a combination of like bag soil and soil that I ordered from I think it was called Maryland Landscape Supply, and I wanted to see how long it was going to take my potatoes to sprout. Well, the potatoes that I put in there that were from the grocery store, they're starting to sprout this week. So I'm hoping that the ones that I ordered from, I can't remember the name of the company that sells seed potatoes, I'm hoping that they start to sprout. I got bit on my arm. So I'm hoping that they start to sprout. So I'm hoping that I can get a potato harvest before we get our first frost. That would be great because I still have my little potatoes that I did harvest from the bag. But if I can get some sizable ones from my raised bed for the fall, that's going to be awesome. I think I did plant them a little deeper than normal, but I'm hoping that that will just give them more space to produce. We'll see. You know, it's a learning experience.
Something yellow just got me.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yellow?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We being bit up out here. You know what, Jaden? We didn't even spray ourselves.
Oh yeah.
We got to get our spray. So, that's really all that's going on. I am in a walking boot for the, I guess, foreseeable future. I don't know exactly how long yet. Again, I have to go to the podiatrist to find out. I am not in as much pain as I was. I'm not in as much pain as I was um, when I initially fell. So, yeah, that's all that's going on, that's growing on in the garden. I'll try to keep you guys updated as much as possible in the upcoming weeks. And I still, hobble out here and get down here and water things and do what I can do within the limits that I can do it. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope the kids had wonderful first days of school. And I hope that everybody has a blessed and safe school season. I'll talk to y'all later.